and welcome to part 5 of things you should ask your wedding photographer. We're going through the Hitched blog article, 32 questions to ask your wedding photographer, and going through each question, explaining which ones are good and which ones are just weird. So number 21, God, I hate this question so much. Can you put together a slideshow for the wedding breakfast? So basically it's asking if you can put the photos together to do a quick slideshow whilst everyone's eating. Absolutely not. Firstly, the photos we've taken are obviously raw, they take time to edit them. You know, we all have our signature style and stuff like that. So putting them in a slideshow is ridiculous because we won't have time to edit them. I mean, we barely have time for a break, let alone to edit a load of photos for a slideshow for you. Also, not to mention the risk of taking the SD card out of your camera throughout the day and then putting it into an unknown device. That's ridiculous. Do you want us to lose your photos? It's unlikely, but it is a risk. Number 22, will other people be able to take photos while you are? Please don't. Don't get me wrong, I am more than happy for guests to be on the phone and stuff like that, as long as they're not, right in the middle of the aisle. But, we work around it, we're professionals, if someone does that, it's fine, we just work around it. But if anyone is offering to bring their actual proper camera and take genuine photos throughout the ceremony, please tell them not to. You have hired a professional photographer, we want to do our job properly, and having someone else there could get in the way of that. Now, number 23 is actually a sensible question for once. What is your backup plan if you can't attend? So, most photographers will have an associate shooter if they cannot attend your wedding at last minute. As it says up here, emergencies do happen, and we do have fellow photographers, like a network that we can contact if we need help. It does make a very good point here though. Get wedding insurance. This is really important. I got married through COVID, so I more than anyone know how important this is. 24, do you have backup equipment? Yes is a question. Every photographer should have that. I think is a bit insulting really to double check that, but I suppose if it makes you become more comfortable, go ahead and ask. And for the record, all photographers will have backups of backups, backup cameras, backup SD cards, backup batteries, all of that stuff. Number 25, do you have insurance? That's actually a good question. Most photographers, if not all, should have public indemnity or liability insurance. And yes, the figures are correct. They should be between 2 and 5 million. Some venues ask for this, some don't. So it's just something to be aware of. You don't need our documents though, as a couple, like the venue might, but you have no reason to ask for our documents. And we're getting to the good questions. Number 26, how much to deposit and when do you need it by? Very important. If you don't pay the deposit, you're not booked. So sign the contract and pay your deposit on time, and then you don't have to worry. Keep watching for part 6, I'm nearly through.